Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Redesigned. I am Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And today, Carrie, we are in sunny, very sunny Palmetto, Florida. We're staying at the Terra Sea Encore RV Resort. Now, I'm not going to do a full-on review of this place because, well, quite frankly, there's not a lot to show. That's the office. This is the entrance. This is our site. That's the picnic table from hell. And that's just how it goes, right? So this site was functional, and I'll say that to be nice. It was good, you know, whatever. But this is not an RV resort by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, Carrie, I would go so far to say this is like, well, this is kind of like our old neighborhood, except the houses were bigger and there was no RVs parked everywhere. This is a handful of, how do you put it? It is basically a community. It's a neighborhood.
It's a village.
A village with some RV spots. But what makes this interesting is what we're going to show you next. And I'm trying to keep the sun out, but again, I can't control the sun. We're going to show you a little bit of this because it's just weird. As you can see, the premium site that we have is right next to someone's house, so it's like we're mooch docking here. It is what it is. But we're going to go down this street because this place also holds a couple of secrets, Carrie. This has something that I'm actually excited for. This is the only RV park that I think I've ever said I'll never come back to, but yeah, I can't wait to get back, and I'll explain that in a second. Okay, we are going to show you the one part of this place that we think is actually really cool. We have a nice pool, a nice little sunroom over here with a pool table. They have like a shuffleboard court, and they do have this nice little body of water back here that can have up to 4 of these little fountains here. And you know how I feel about that they're so fancy they can water their water. But yeah, so here's where it all goes to crap. Inside there's a laundry room, which we're not going to film because there's people in there doing laundry. And the laundry room, the machines are filthy, like they've never been cleaned, and I don't think they care to clean it. This place is 90% annuals, and you almost feel like you're a complete outsider. So that's kind of an interesting thing too. So like, we want to use the pool, but it's the same people in it every night because they're full-time. So you don't want to be competing with full-time residents for use of the pool. Now they do have a mail center here, and again, I apologize for the sun, but I can't control it. They do have a mail center here, but here's the rub. It's for residents only. Now you can rent a box, but all you can get is paper mail. They don't do packages to non-residents. I'd love to confirm that heavily, but the office is only open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And coincidentally, I work during those hours, and at the same time, most people are in and out of the weekend. So it's kind of like no management here, which is, you know, interesting. And I'm not so much that you need a manager, but like an employee of the park would have been nice, because when you pull in, you're basically on your own. And us being right at the entrance, right at the stop sign, well, we get to see everybody just with this dumbfounded look on their face, like, where the hell do I go? And that's because there's no signage. You just pull in, stop sign, figure it out. And the other part about this, which is incredibly unique to this particular RV park, resort, mobile home community, whatever you want to call it, is that they are very political here. And boy, do they let you know it. Now, they have political signs and flags and everything else. And again, for us, it didn't bother us because it was on the side of which way we'd lean on that aisle. However, if you're an outsider and you're not part of that political party, we could see where you would probably take offense to a good portion of it, because it's pretty much everywhere. There's no activities, there's nothing. They don't even pick up your trash. You are basically just renting a driveway and you're on to the next one. But take a look at this. This here, now I'm not going to go in because there's construction going on. This is a brand new section to Terra Sea that has 175 to 177 sites with full hookups. And they have a small pool. They have a gigantic office building, as you can see way up there. And then down there is the bathhouses, and I'm assuming going to be a laundry room, which will be great for the 2024 season. And for that side, I'd come back. But if that side is going to look like this side, I probably wouldn't come back. And I'm not trying to be picky, but it is what it is. If you're going to be part of an Encore resort, you know, I don't know. I gave up the whole sticks and bricks mentality to get away from neighborhoods. And while the residents here have been nice, the ones that we've met have been very friendly, and they don't seem to harbor any, you know, ill will to passers through. You do feel incredibly like an outsider. My first clue when we pulled up and we went to unhook our rig was the car coming through with the bumping music smelling like weed. And we're not talking just like a little bit, we're talking like full on Cheech and Chong. That probably should have been my first clue that something was going to go, you know, it wasn't going to go so smoothly here. Site that we had is A67, again, supposed to be a premium site for whatever that means, but you're right on the road, you're right at the entrance, and of course, with being right on the entrance and you have no direction for people, everybody stops and idles right there. And then on top of that, you're in the back end of a Dollar General, I think it's called.
Yep.
And you have trucks there in and out all night long. It is what it is. The other thing, there's a couple of questionable things going on here with a lot of cars coming in and out for just like a couple of minutes. They're not DoorDash, they're not whatever, but it's just something to be mindful of. This is one place I'm actually glad we had our security cameras up, and just, you know, make sure that if you're staying here, you just take a little extra precautions just to cover your butt. Now, enough of all that, Carrie. Today, as you can tell by the sweat that's forming off my freshly shaven head from a couple of days ago, it's travel day.
Yay.
So we're on to the next one. We're going to Crystal Isles, which is another one that gets a lot of weird mixed reviews. So we're kind of excited to check that out. And I think that might be our last Encore for a while. As you can see, some of these places, I don't want to go calling anybody out, but a lot of these places have cars that haven't moved in about a good 10, 15 years. It's crazy. But anyhow, enough of that. We are going to check back in with you because we are going to get in the truck. We're going to turn the AC on high because it's like 94 degrees today. And we're going to try to cool off. And that brings up the other fun part. Check out here is at 11 a.m.
Yep.
Check in at Crystal Isles is at 2 p.m. And you say, hey, that's not bad. The problem is it's only about an hour and a half drive from here. So we're in that unique position that only full-time RVers realize and understand of what are you going to do to kill time. Well, for us, we have a couple of rest stops along the way because someone has a small bladder, and I didn't say it was you, I'm just saying. And at the same time, we might have to stop at a Walmart to kill another 15 minutes because we're running low on fresh water supply. So we'll take care of that. We'll check back in with you in a few minutes. About 4 hours later, we are at Crystal Isles.
Yep.
Wow, what a difference between both Encore parks. So these people here were incredibly friendly. We checked in online, but we also stopped at the office just to make sure. And wow, the lady at the reception, I didn't even catch her name, but there was somebody at reception. And she was so nice, and she walked through everything with us. They have activities here. There's bingo. They have a hot dog vendor, laser tag. They have all kinds of stuff to keep you guys busy. There's a boat launch here. A lot of people with boats. And right away after backing in, because the roads are a little tight, as you can see behind us. Now this here is site 136. And again, watching that sun, but you know how that goes. Here we are. And I gotta say, plenty of room. We got, it looks like an annual behind us, nice concrete pad, and as again you can see that road's a little tight, but me being super awesome, I was able to back that in first shot, no problem. Now it actually took me a few minutes. Every place is different, and every time I think I've got this backing in thing down, something happens. But once we got all hooked up, got settled in, we did have a major problem. We opened up this spigot and we set up our water. As you can see, I'm setting up a black tank flush, but this here was just pouring out water. Well, I tell you how on top of things this place was. Carrie made a call to the front desk and just said, hey, just a heads up, there's some water leaking out the spigot. Within 12 minutes flat, right? This guy named Bart was out here. Bart is the greatest guy we have ever met in an RV park. What a great guy. Came out here, explained to us what he was going to do, and it seemed like it was just a packing nut, did his thing, and then came back in to explain everything that he just did to make sure we knew everything was fine. And as you see, we got some wildlife up here.
Oh, it's Woody.
Just kind of hanging out. How are you, Mr. Woody? Oh, he
Isn't
hid.
that a woodpecker?
That is a woodpecker. And he's hiding from...
Anyway,
well,
it was
as
cute.
he goes flying, he's a little camera shy. But look at this. We get some nice shade cover here. Plenty of space to put the awning out. Now, when we sold everything, this is what I expected. I wanted to make sure my wife was treated in a manner in which she was deserving. Because let's face it, I myself is an ass a good 50 to 60% of the time, and she will tell you. But it's important to me that when we go places, she feels comfortable, I feel comfortable, and we're happy with our decision. This is a place that within 20 minutes we knew it was home, and it's home for the next 2 weeks. So other than that, as far as internet goes, we did hook up T-Mobile, which ran about 27 megs down, not the greatest. That's with the WeBoost going. I'm going to try not to deploy Starlink here just because of the trees. I could run it out to the front, but at the same time, how many sources of internet do I need? I do have Verizon as a backup. I think that'd be good enough to get us through for work and streaming some content and stuff like that, and doing our uploads. Because our upload speed with T-Mobile was about 11 megs, for those of you who care. So, again, this is real life RVing. We hope you enjoy watching our channel. You see Carrie's got our picnic table set up because she knows it's time for some good eats. And if you like this type of covering, here's a little plug. You can check this out in our Amazon store, link below. We do earn a small commission, but it goes right back into the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. It's a great way to support these little crazy videos that we do. Other than that, we'll bid you farewell until our next video.
Enjoy the breeze.
We love you guys because
Wow.
apparently that's something that needs to be said all the time. That's a new one. But we do care. We do care about you. We may not tell you we love you all the time, but we do care. And I'm sorry, but I just find some of that when people say they love you kind of creepy. But we do care about you.
And appreciate.
Yes, and more importantly, we appreciate you. Until next time, I am Bob.
Carrie.
And this has been Life Redesigned.